Hello, this is Team Outliers, and today we're going to present our results from Lab 6. So for this lab, we basically have to build a chatbot that takes the input from a PDF as a form of a PDF and then get user input questions to answer the question according to the PDF embeddings that we get. So the basic flow that we have for our project is so when a user uploads a PDF, we get the PDF, and then in the backend, we will try to extract the text from the PDF and then generate the embeddings from OpenAI API. And using the embeddings, we will store it in Pinecone, which is a vector DB database that we selected to use. And then from the Pinecone, we will wait for the user's input questions, and then in order to answer the questions in the backend, we also have to run the similarity search to find the appropriate chunks of text that we will get from that will match the user's answer. And then after we match the vectors, we'll fetch the content and then simplify the content using ChatGPT 4, and then we'll send the response to front end, and then the answer will be shown in front end. And this is the basic flow of our features. And then in terms of the structure of our code, so we have our environment loaded using the environment file that we created, and then we use the Pinecone API to connect to the vector database. And then we create index to store each chunk of the text from PDF, both the text and the embeddings. With the user uploaded PDF, we will process the PDF, save it locally, extracted the text, and store embeddings. And then after everything is done, we'll get the user queries and perform similarity search. If the results not found, we'll display message saying that we don't see any we couldn't find any answers from this PDF. And if we did find something, we'll fetch the content from the vectors and then display the simplified content to the user. So that's the basic flow of our structures for this project.
Hey, hi, I'm Ross, and I'm going to explain the backend of the chatbot. And for backend, I use a Pinecone for vector database, and I use almost all the LangChain packages for document loading, character splitting, and using OpenAI embedding, and as well as chat models. So I usually start with loading the APIs. In this .env file, I have two APIs, one for OpenAI and one for Pinecone. And after getting and checking the APIs are correct, then we move to next step. Um, this is our table name in the Pinecone. I can actually show you the table. Yeah. So in this table, these are the vectors stored with heat chunks. And for this assignment, they mentioned we have to use the chunk size as 500, and also there is additional attribute saying chunk overlap. This means like there is 100 text or will be overlapped on either side of the vectors. So this is used for getting an most accurate search results. So when you go into deeper, it's actually extracts the extract PDF function usually extract the PDF and just split the characters using the LangChain library recursive character text splitter. And afterwards, we are calling that store embedded function. In this function, we are using an OpenAI embeddings models. We are converting the word to vectors basically and storing it in the Pinecone database for retrieval augmented generation purpose. And after that, we are running the similarity search. And for the similarity search, we need a user query, which is actually the questions from the user, and we are converting the questions and using the OpenAI embedding models. And we also, after converting the models, we are using a search strategy. And basically, there is an function in Pinecone database query index. And this index of query function usually searches the vector and ranks the vector from 1 to n number, and it will return the first rank, which is most similar vector for the user query. And after that, when you get a query, I form using the prompt template library, I form the prompt for the chat model. So this prompt says, please specify the answer for content. The content is what is showed as a metadata in the Pinecone data base, and as well as the user query is the user question. And I have given the input, and for this project, we have used a ChatGPT 4 model, and we are using the chain function. So actually, this function chains together and invokes the API call by sending the content and user query to the ChatGPT 4 model. And we return the answer. After we returning the answer, we will be shown in the front end. And this function can be called a number of times, so the user can ask multiple questions for the document which he or she uploaded.
Hi. So for the front end part of this lab, we use Streamlit for handling the user interactions, and the script sends the user um PDF and the text to the back end, and then it receives the response from the back end, which is the answer generated by GPT-4, and displays it in the chat interface. And we use the HTML and CSS to style the web page. And now I'll show you how this works. Let it run app.py. And me so after running Streamlit run app.py, this web page will open up. Um, and on the left side, the user can upload whatever PDF they want. And for demonstration, we're going to use the Lab6 instructions. So after we click the process PDFs, the PDF gets processed and the embeddings will be stored. And we can ask any question like for this lab, like do we need to use CSS? And then the answer that's returned will also be shown, which is here. And then this is like the conversation chain, and we can ask more questions like, do we need HTML? And then more answers will also be returned, and then the history of all the questions and answers would all be there. And do we need a database? And this is the answer returned by GPT-4. Yeah, this is it for our lab demonstration. Thank you for watching.